In this video, we're going to go through a complete step-by-step guide on how to get your real estate license in the state of Nebraska. We're also going to cover some important questions to ask when picking your first brokerage to give yourself the highest chance of success. And at the end of the video, we're going to cover the costs associated with getting licensed so you know how much to budget to get started. Let's dive right into the video. My name is Chris with the Empire of Real Estate YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about real estate, personal finance, and entrepreneurship. Before we get started, I want to offer you our free How to Get Licensed and Start Your Real Estate Career Guide. Everything inside this video, plus more, is inside that guide, and I hope you enjoy it. To get your copy, there's a link down in the description below. If you like this kind of content, definitely smash the like button and subscribe. First things first, when you're trying to become a real estate agent, you must know you have to meet a couple basic requirements in the state of Nebraska. The first one is you must be 19 years old or older, and you must have a high school diploma or a GED. The very first step to getting your real estate license is completing the real estate pre-license education requirements. In Nebraska, you're required to complete 60 hours of state-approved pre-license education classes. And yes, I know, 60 hours is a ton of time to sit in a classroom, especially if you have a busy 9-to-5 job or just a busy schedule in general. Because of this, we suggest you check out Colibri Real Estate School. Their students love it, and you can do this at the convenience of your own schedule online. So if you want to check them out, there's an affiliate link down in the description below with different sales and discounts. Once you complete these 60 hours of real estate pre-license education, it's time to put the brakes on the process because the exam itself has a very high failure rate. And I want to give you a couple tips that I would use if I was taking the exam again to give you a higher chance of actually passing. The very first tip is to time block a week or two after you complete your real estate pre-license education to study. Retaining the information is going to be very important because the test itself is a closed book exam. So you must retain as much as you possibly can to give yourself the best odds of passing. The next tip is finding a real estate study buddy. Finding somebody that can go through this process with you and really help you study and make it a lot more fun and interactive can be a total game changer. And you can get things like flashcards and kind of quiz each other. And doing this will not only hold you accountable to study more, it will make it a lot more fun. And when you're having fun, you're more likely to spend more time doing something. So if I was taking the test again, I would definitely try to find a real estate study buddy. If you can't find a real estate study buddy or the textbooks are just too boring, I would suggest you check out Prep Agent. I use Prep Agent to pass my exam, and Prep Agent is a test-like simulation tool that will actually quiz you, and it's very realistic to what the actual exam is like. And as you go through it, it will correct you on what things you're getting wrong, and it will tell you what things you're getting right. And this tool actually gave me the confidence to go take my exam, and I highly suggest you check them out. There's an affiliate link down below for Prep Agent, and they have a really awesome tool that will give you the confidence I think you need to pass the exam. Next, it's time to schedule the exam itself. The exam is held with Pearson VUE, which is a third-party testing company. So you can go on their website or just give them a call. Give them at least 24 hours notice to make sure that they have time on their calendar to get you in at a time that works for you. On test day, you're going to want to bring a couple basic things. The first thing is a basic non-scientific calculator for the math portion of the exam. You're also going to want to bring 2 forms of identification to get in on test day. Once you're inside the testing center, you're going to probably be a little nervous. And just know you have plenty of time to get this done. This test is multiple choice, and you're going to have a couple hours to complete it. Most people finish the exam early, so there's no need to rush. In fact, if you rush through it, you're more likely to fail. Even if you take your time and read the questions a couple times before you submit your answer, which is what I suggest you do, you're still going to probably finish the exam early. So take your time, make sure you reread the questions multiple times, and then you'll have a much higher chance of passing. Once you complete your exam, you're going to walk out and you're going to find out right away if you passed or failed. If you failed, it's not the end of the world. A lot of the top agents throughout the entire country failed the exam the first time around. It just means you need to study harder, come back, and give it another try. If you passed, it's a big accomplishment. Step back and pat yourself on the back. This is a great thing, and you're one more step closer to getting your license. In fact, all the hard stuff is pretty much done. The next step is completing your background check and your fingerprinting. So in Nebraska, you're going to have to get your background check done, and they're just checking to make sure you have nothing on your record that might prevent you from getting your real estate license. The next step is picking your sponsoring broker. The good news is this part is easy and it can be fun. So I would suggest you talk to 3 to 5 different brokerages. And I want to give you a couple of important questions to ask, because if you didn't know, this industry has a high failure rate. So asking the right questions ahead of time can help increase your odds of finding the perfect mentor and giving yourself a better chance of having success. The first question I would ask is, do they offer any mentorship? Having a mentor for your first 3 to 5 deals is a total game changer, because your first 3 to 5 deals are probably going to be packed with problems. And if you don't know what you don't know, it might stress you out. I know during my first 3 to 5 deals, I had no idea what I was doing, and problems were coming at me left and right. And not having access to a good mentor would have been a big problem, and it would have been really stressful. So having a mentor for your first 3 to 5 deals is something that I definitely recommend. The next thing I would ask is if they have a training system in place. So this is very different than a mentor. A training system is something that can take you from the very start of your career, and it can take you all the way to building a successful business. And these can be training modules, they could be training videos, it can be an online course, or it can be in-person classes at the brokerage. So no matter what it is, as long as they have a system that's going to take you from day one all the way to building up a career that you actually want, that's the kind of system that I would be looking for. And don't confuse this with a mentor, because a mentor is there to help you with problems during the transaction, but they're probably not going to be able to be there every single day giving you little tips and tricks, because they're probably busy doing their own business. And to be honest, they might be 10 years in and they forgot all the little things they had to do to get their business off the ground. So it might be challenging for them to give you those pointers because they just don't remember being in that position that you're currently in now. So having a training system is a total game changer. The next question I would ask is, how are you going to generate your business? So this is a very important question, because many new agents don't fail out of the business because they don't enjoy it. In fact, many agents do enjoy it. They just end up going broke in the process because they don't have enough deals coming in. So asking how you're going to generate business is a very important question to ask, because many brokerages teach you how to generate business in different ways. Some brokerages will teach you how to contact your sphere of influence, which is like your friends and your family, and they'll teach you how to market to them. And that could work out great if you have a big network. I know many agents that have built 6-figure businesses doing this method alone. But if not, and you want to do it a different way, you might want to go to a brokerage that's going to teach you how to generate leads and how to prospect and how to do all that kind of stuff. So asking this question up front is a very important question to ask, because you need to align yourself with a mentor and a brokerage that can teach you how to build the business that you want to build. Oh, and by the way, I am looking to partner with agents in Nebraska. So if you're interested in partnering with me over at Team Power Unit, there's a link to jump on a 30-minute Zoom call down below, and I can jump on, see if it's a good fit. And even if it's not, I could probably point you in the right direction and help answer some questions about finding your next brokerage. Once you find the perfect brokerage, it's time to apply for your license. So you're going to package up your pre-license education certificate that you completed. You're going to package up your past real estate exam and your past background check, send that off, and wait to hear back. Once you hear back and you get the approval, you're going to be licensed. You take that license and you go hang it with the sponsoring broker that you chose. And congratulations, you're a real estate agent, and it's time to start building your ideal career. So it's a very exciting time. But before we go, I do want to get into the cost, because I know the cost is a very common question that people have, and they want to know how much they need to budget to get started. So let's dive into that right now. The first thing I would budget for is your pre-licensed education classes. I would budget between $200 and $400 to get this done. Next, you have your background check, and I would budget between $50 and $100 to get this done, along with your fingerprinting. Then you're gonna have your exam fee, which is about $130 to get done. And then you're gonna have your real estate license application fee, which is about $160. Last but not least, I would budget between $200 and $500 to get started with your first brokerage and get E&O insurance. So as you can see, getting started is really not that expensive. The hardest part is completing your real estate pre-license education and passing your exam. Once you're through that, it's pretty easy. So let me know in the comment section below if you're gonna get licensed this year. And if you have any questions about getting licensed, drop that in the comment section below as well, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you have an awesome night.